listen to me. Listen carefully. This is a very important reminder to you. You. That I'm going to make. This reminder includes the following important steps. Number 1, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself if you screamed so much to keep someone around. Forgive yourself if you've cried so much to keep someone around. Forgive yourself if you've hated, been jealous, been angry, been all these different people and archetypes to keep someone around. Forgive yourself if they couldn't be around. Forgive yourself if they chose somebody else instead of reconciling with you. Forgive yourself that you were not chosen, and that has nothing to do with you. Number 2, release the fantasy of being chosen. It is very important that you don't spend time sitting in illusions and fantasies of the erotic experience of being chosen by someone you gave so much to. When you give, make sure it's consensual. Make sure that the giving is not coming because you are trying to be loved more or to be seen better. When you give, you don't perform. You give because you're giving. So, what is breeding hatred in your heart is because you have given so much more than you actually would have liked to give, just to prove that you love somebody. And in that process, that's going to breed so much hatred. If that person cannot love you back or does not have the ability to love you in the way you like to be loved, you're going to feel so much resentment because of that. And so will they. When forced connections happen for longer than they should stay because you are too afraid to drop the illusion, because they came as emotional scaffolds, they sat in spaces. Sometimes you have tried to transmute and export and expand your connection into something more profound. Sometimes you have witnessed that it's not possible for some people. Some people would like to keep the connection in the level that they prefer. And this is nothing to do with you. This has to do with their capacity of upholding your connection with one another. And once you've seen and witnessed that from the other person, where there were certain layers of disappointment consistently, you retreat, you leave. You leave. You leave because you don't want to build resentment to the extent where hatred becomes something that is born in the heart. Very important thing. Never get with anybody thinking you're going to change them. Never do that. My experience, I got with somebody that tried to change me. They tried. They tried to make me different. And I tried to be different for them so that I could fit the version of things they wanted me to be. In And that experience of becoming different, which I also considered as opening my heart to being more loving, in that experience, I bred so much resentment and so many expectations to be supported and acknowledged for what I have done to change. And you don't get back what you have invested sometimes. You change the investment. You don't get back what you have invested. And it's okay. And it has nothing to do with you. It has to do with the capacity of the other person. How much they are willing to move forward with you. Maybe you're just not the right person for them. Maybe they're not the right person for you. And it is actually for sure that if someone is trying to change the other so much and they refuse to change, then you leave. And number 3, sometimes fantasies make us happy. Sometimes fantasies make us excited. Sometimes fantasies change our brain chemistry. And once these fantasies drop, that's when we fail to move forward sometimes. And we get stuck for months in the same place. So, if you're feeling stuck because you had a fantasy that dropped, and I think the entire human experience is a fantasy. Sometimes it lasts a little too long, sometimes it doesn't. If your experience is now coming to an end, if your fantasy is now coming to an end, and you have tried and tried and tried for multiple years, then you move forward. You love yourself. You see yourself. You tried, and the fantasy failed. You are not a fantasy for somebody else. And if you start witnessing that you have become a fantasy for somebody else, and you are being placed in a position to soothe a certain pain in the other person, that's when you move. Because compatibility is important. People might use you to heal their wounds. They might use you. So don't fall for that. I love you. It's going to be okay. Move. Move. Don't look back. Stop it.